Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is Lady Nika. We talking have and have nots. Season 4, episode 18, A Tragic Assumption. Um, First of all, y'all let me know when in the comment section if this lighting is better. I went and bought some shit yesterday. Thank you to the good people who have been donating to the fan funding that I set up on my channel. Thank you all. As you can see, I'm trying to make small improvements here and there. So let me know if the light better. Anyway, back to what I was finna say. Have and have nots. We're gonna start right back off with DA girl and the cop going into the crab plantation, okay? Now Hannah say she'll go fetch Madame Cry for, but she asking why is they here. And Jen said, I really need to speak to Catherine. Somewhere in all of that mess there, DA girl asked Hannah, was she afraid to go get Catherine? And because, she asked her, was she afraid to go get her because of her job? And Hannah was like, no, I work here. So DA girl felt like she could ask that woman, why was she there? Well, why you here? She said, I'm here to comfort a friend. She saw that friend, the same friend who covered up the fact that her son hit your son and almost caused his demise. Hannah skipped, paused, and went right on past that shit. She wasn't trying to hear that shit from her, okay? She didn't really want, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of all come hot, and plus I'm doing two things at one time. I'm actually doing something else while I'm doing this. But, she was like, Hannah don't have no clapback unless it's Candace. If it ain't Candace, she ain't got no real solid clapback, so she didn't say nothing to her. She kind of diverted it. The DA girl say, look here, I saw an ambulance as we was driving up. What happened? Hannah say someone was hurt, and DA girl want to know who was hurt. Hannah say, ask the owner of this house, and she gone up there to get old Miss Cry and tell her, you stand there and wait right there. Don't go nowhere else. Stay right there, okay? Well, up in Catherine's room, she still looking like she defeated. Her son dead, her daughter dead, and her husband in jail. She down on her luck, back against the wind. She trying to make it, but she don't look like she gonna win. Hannah apologizes again, which I still would not keep apologizing, because you wasn't laughing at the situation of her not having her children anymore. You was laughing at the fact that Veronica is sitting here lying about some implants, and the fact that you done made this boy so mad he done stuck you with a pear and knife. Bitch, please. Anyway, she up there apologizing to the woman again. I wouldn't have did that, but she tell her, look, you need to come downstairs. Now Hannah didn't want to say that it was DA but she eventually did have to tell her. And once she told Catherine that it was DA girl, she wasn't struggling to get up off that bed and run down them stairwells the way she was struggling to get up off that couch last week. Baby Hannah, come down now. She said, how dare you step foot in my house after you pumped $12 million worth of money, drugs into my son's veins, causing his demise. She said, unless you coming to tell me my son has risen from the grave, we ain't got shit to discuss. Jennifer say, well, actually, that is what I'm trying to come to tell you. And Catherine looking at her like, what? She say, your son had a faint pulse for over 30 hours. And the responding officers weren't aware of it, so he is basically alive. And Catherine asked the officer with her, can I hold your gun? He said, excuse me, ma'am. She said, I need to hold your gun so I can shoot this bitch. He said, well, ma'am, you can't just really threaten an officer of the court like that. She said, I don't give a fuck about that, which she didn't. I don't give a damn about that. Either you give me a gun, I'm going to find one, I'm going to shoot this bitch down like she deserved to be shot. Child. The other girl looked like she wanted to get with Catherine, but she ain't no fool. She trying to tell that woman it's not uncommon for a situation like this to happen. And Catherine like, but what kind of motherfuckers you got working for you over there that this could even happen? DA girl tried to dance around the bullshit. Basically, she say, I got a cop car here waiting to take you to the hospital where your son is. Catherine told her, she say, baby, it'll be a cold day in here before I go anywhere in something you provided. And she told her, she said, I'm not going to no damn hospital. You gonna deliver my son back to me as you found him. He was walking, he was talking, he was arrogant as hell with an ugly mouth, but he was full of life. Dear girl couldn't give her no answer or say nothing about this, so her and the cop that she arrived with kind of moseyed on up out of there, okay? That's what happened. So, soon as they walk out that door, the strength in Catherine legs give away on her, and she basically come tumbling down, and I just saw something pop up. Okay, anyway, she say Hannah come over there and ask her why she not going to the hospital. Catherine say, I saw my daughter in that body bag, and I can't get that image out of my head. She said, I don't want to go to that hospital where he's all hooked up to IVs and tubes and things like that. I just can't, I can't do it, you know. And I guess I can understand that. She would rather remember him if he happened to pass, because he still ain't supposedly out the woods or forest, you know. I guess she don't want, a lot of people say that. I've said that before too. You want your last memory of that person to be a happy memory and not a memory of having to see them locked up, chained up, and mistreated and things like, you know, not mistreated, locked up, chained up, you know, locked up in a hospital. You don't want the last image to be nothing that's not happy and positive. So that's why she said that. And Hannah understood that, and she offered to go for her. She asked her, "What is okay if she go?" Catherine was like, "I was hoping you asked." Yeah, because she was going to ask you anyway, because she knew you was going to go, because you the butler maid and everything else around them parts, so still a slave. You know, I'm going to tell y'all something. I be going in on Hannah. It's not that I don't think that Hannah and Catherine got a friendship. I just think that Catherine still sees her as less than. Although you care about this lady and you willing to help her in her time of need, you don't really value her as a friend. You treat her like shit. You try to make fun of her. You know, you disrespect her yourself, and then you let your friends come along and they are able to disrespect her. And to me, if you gonna let your friends disrespect me and then you still gonna disrespect me, I don't know how far I could go with this friendship that we supposed to have. But that's what the fuck going on there. Okay, now let's go over to Candace. We're gonna deal with Candace for a minute. Candace trying to get to her house when she received a call from Erica, and Erica asking her, "Good, can you send me a snapshot of Oscar right quick?" So Candace does, and she said, "You won't believe this, but he's sitting right in front of me." She like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, he's sitting right in front of me." She is some high-end restaurant. Candace is supposed to be on the way, but Candace asking her could she stall. Erica say, "I'm gonna see what I can do." Candace began to talk about, this is worth millions, and she was like, "Shit, what I'm doing could be millions too, but I'm gonna see what I can do, okay? Because Grayton gonna be here shortly." And so she get off the phone with Candace, and she sign on over to the bar area where Oscar sitting with what appeared to be a broke down prostitute on her last hurrah. And she calls his name, orders her a Cosmo, and asks him when he gonna take her out on a date. Now, Oscar looked like he was about to salivate at the tongue. He didn't know what to do. That motherfucker was sweating and everything. He had that look on his face like, "Ooh, if she wasn't sitting right here from me, ooh, but I'ma holler back." Well, she said, he said he can't take her out, and he told her he on a date. Erica looked over at that girl like she was less than, like I would have, like, "Girl, oh, like, oh, bitch, I ain't know you was standing there. Anyway, that was just her ploy to be able to put her number in that pocket, and I don't think that's the real number, but then again, it could be. Who knows? I don't give a damn child. Now, let's get Erica and Candace and them on out the way with this part, okay? We later see Erica sitting over Colonel Sanders, and he ain't got that bucket of chicken with him. And we realize that this is her way of trying to come up. She ain't got no physical attraction to this man whatsoever, but she attracted to his damn money. So I ain't mad at her. I guess she doing it by hook or crook, as my girl Eyes Married now would say. So I ain't mad at you, girl. Well, Candace called her back, asking if he's still there, okay? Because she en route. Erica say he leaving now, and Erica and Candace said, well, can you do something to kind of stop him? Well, she started playing this role on that phone. She's sitting in front of the, Colonel Sanders, but she acting like she forgot to do something for one of her good girlfriends. And basically, she played out to where she have to wind up leaving the table to allegedly go to the front desk to leave something from her friend who's going to come and pick it up later. And that gives her a chance to go outside to where she sees Oscar and the old prostitute standing out there waiting on the valet driver to bring the car up to him, okay? Now, she apologizes to Oscar again, and then she walks over to the valet guy who is already immediately undressing Erica with his eyeballs. And she said, do you see that white man over my shoulder? She said, don't make it evident that you're paying attention. Just do you see him? He was like, yes, ma'am. She said, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take this phone and put it up under his seat, okay? That's what I need you to do. Old boy is still undressing her with his eyes. She was like, look, my face is up here, my lips up here. He agreed to do it, and she gave him a couple of dollars, and that's over with that, okay? Candace finally make it home, and Jeffrey reveals that he done told Justin, who is there, everything. Now, we thinking, what is everything, Jeffrey? What the fuck is everything? Jeffrey actually just told him about him stabbing his mama. That's it. He didn't say nothing about the Quincy situation, and I'm glad, because I was like, okay, you that new stupid if you told all of that shit on yourself. But now that wasn't what he did, so that's what it was. But see, he's still a popo, and Candace wanna know why. Look, I told you to keep him around because he could be useful. Is he useful? What do you know about? Do you got shit on him? He said, yeah, but he got shit on me too, like knowing my full first name and things like that. Candace said, that is not what I was talking about. I was talking about you coming up, not you going down, or letting him have the upper hand on you. Jeffrey say he feel like it's even thing. She went to saying, this man need to get out of my house, okay? You need to get this popo out of my door. Jeffrey was like, no, that's my friend. Well, Justin tell him, Mr. Harrington, just because I do my job, don't confuse that with friendship. We all know you gotta love Jones for Jeffrey, but I guess that's what you got to say in your time that, in front of Candace. So he leaves and shit, okay? Now, Hannah makes it down to the hospital where Wyatt is, and David there asking where Catherine. She said Catherine is distraught, that's why I'm here. And in comes the doctor that tell them that Wyatt had OD'd on several different drugs. I think that man said cocaine, opiates, and some other shit. And now I find it strange. Side note, y'all know I goes into my little tangents for a moment. How the hell you full of that many illegal drugs? You done been damn near unconscious for over 30 plus hours, and yet they put you in a medically induced coma to try to control the season and stuff that you were having as a result of overdosing. And you ain't got not one breath, you ain't got no breathing, what they call it, ventilator up to your face. You ain't got no IVs in your arm. Tyler, now, we put up with a lot. We let you slide with a lot of stuff, but that right there, come on now, pull it back. You're going too far with it, because that was fucking crazy. How the hell he doing all? He able to lay there? He just look like he sleep. This boy done went through over 30 hours of being damn near unconscious with a faint pulse. He don't need no oxygen, and he ain't got no IV. Okay, Tyler think we that new fool. Anyway, I don't know what to say. Now, since we at the hospital, let's talk about Veronica crazy ass. Because she in there with that doctor. And basically, he telling her that, on the x-ray, he can see she got implants. Only reason why the man bringing the implants up is because this bitch implant has ruptured. And if she don't do something about that soon, poisonous toxins could possibly enter her bloodstream, killing her. But she started arguing about not having breast implants. She want to know if she get the stitches, will they cause a scar on her, because her body don't have no scars. She can give birth and don't have no scars. David, on his way to go talk to Jim, happens to overhear his shit at the hospital, and he go to that door. Now the doctor saying, you can't come up in here. He's like, I'm her husband. So Veronica tell the doctor to pretty much let me talk to him. You know, she dismissed him. The doctor like, ma'am, Miss Harrington, you're on an anesthetic right now. We need to go ahead and do the stitches right now, because if that anesthesia way off, it's gonna be hella painful to you getting your stitches. And she said life is pain, and still made old doctor get up out that room. Now David in there asking her, what you doing here? What happened to you? She gonna say, our son stabbed me. David couldn't believe it. He was like, Jeffrey? She said, yeah, unless you got another son that I'm not aware of. And he said, so I'm trying to look at that name. I think it's Bobby's statement. He said, just like Bobby's statement. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's talking about, you don't remember. Veronica, I don't know if she was acting, but I got by how she was responding to this. She didn't fucking remember that when Jeffrey was 6 years old, there was a young boy by the name of Bobby Statement that apparently bullied Jeffrey for quite some time. Now, David say he had done asked Jeffrey before, Jeffrey, is this boy bothering you? And Jeffrey had said no. He kept it in. But one day, after many years of enduring that abuse from that boy, Jeffrey got to his breaking point. They were at a baseball game or something like that. The boy said the wrong thing at the wrong time, and Jeffrey took hit bat and beat that boy ass to death. I think they say beat him unconscious in a coma or something like this. Now, Veronica hearing this, and she's still saying to us, she don't remember this. But David, like, I don't know how you can't remember this, because you represented him in this case. Veronica still looking like she don't remember, but you could tell it was bothering her that she couldn't fucking remember that shit. Okay, child. Anyway, he tell her, look, Veronica, you better be glad that it wasn't worse than this. Maybe you should stop putting so much pressure on him, because clearly it was a paring knife today. Bitch, it could be a gun tomorrow. Leave that boy alone. Let him live and let live. I'm going to go talk to him. And he told her, he said, look, when you go out there and tell that doctor to go ahead on and see about them implants so that he could save your life. And then in the same breath, he thought about it. He said, second thought, don't tell him nothing. Die, bitch. That's what he was saying. Now, Benny go over to Chateau Candace, and he want to talk to Jeffrey, but Candace say don't, and that he's upstairs trying to rest. Then Erica show up and tell her, look, we need to roll. We got to make a road trip right quick. Benny like, cool. She's like, you not finna talk to Jeffrey. Do not talk to Jeffrey. And she usher him on about the house, and they leave. Benny leaves as well, but he double back because he ain't gonna let it ride. He finna talk to Jeffrey about his daddy stopping his business at his tow yard, right? Okay, so Benny come in there, and we find out that there was a point in time where Jeffrey actually tried to kiss Benny. Benny rebuffed it because he's not gay. Jeffrey has apologized for it, but see, Benny think that Jeffrey family don't know that he gay. So he gonna tell this boy, look, your daddy need to stop messing with me. Your daddy needs to stop messing with me. He done did something with my phone lines, and now it's affecting my business. So this is what you gonna do. You gonna get on that phone and you gonna call your dad, and you gonna tell him to back up off me and fix my phone lines, or else I'm gonna tell him you gay. Jeffrey is standing there like I was sitting there. Bitch, what? You blackmailing me like that? With that? See, that's why I told y'all. Some people need to be seen and just not heard. For real. They said that by cheering back in the day. But now it's some adults that just, bitch, look, just look good, okay? Don't say nothing. Don't try to use no brain power or nothing. Just look good, because you got to be fucking kidding me. That was some weak ass shit. Well, as he threatening Jeffrey to expose him, David happened to call. And David want to talk about, what he did to his mom and stuff. And he's asking him, son, what does she have over your head? He's saying that he don't want to tell him. Of course he ain't going to tell him that, especially because Ben is standing there. Now, I don't know if he would have told him anyway, but he sure wasn't finna tell him in that moment with Ben is standing there. And he also told him that, what else did he tell him? Oh, he asked him why did he stab his mom. He ain't going to talk about none of that. Anyway, it wound up, Jeffrey said, oh, by the way, Benjamin Young is standing in front of me right now. He said, I need to tell you to stop messing with his business, and if I don't, he's threatening to tell you that I'm gay. Ben is standing out there, like, standing up there with his face cracked, because you didn't know that this boy dad already knew it. Well, you didn't know, now you know, bitch. Now you know. You look stupid for doing that. Okay, you tried to get him on some shit that he couldn't be gotten on. How you gonna hurt this man because your mama, because your business messed up? Maybe if you would have kept your dick to yourself, this wouldn't be going on. You should have told Veronica, girl, I can't do nothing with you but pray for you, okay? But you didn't, you laid up. And David asked his son, is he over there threatening you? And Jeffrey said, yeah. He said, put him on the phone. He told he told Benny, I'll meet you at your tow yard in 3 hours. And that was all he said to him. Put Jeffrey back on that phone. He informs Jeffrey that Wyatt is in fact still alive, because he forgot he hadn't told him, and that he would, Jeffrey was elated, child. I think that was what he needed to hear. He needed some good news. So he say, I'm gonna go see him. He said, that's right, son, you go see your friend. So they hung up. Okay, everything good. Everything good. Bennett done already walked out because he done got his face cracked, and the man said, I'll see you in 3. And that's what I mean. Get away from my son, basically what he said. Okay. And then we got Erica and Candace going down to Jim campaign headquarters because that phone, which carried a tracking device that Erica had the valet boy put underneath the seat, well, they traced the car to Jim's headquarters, and they trying to just wait it out and see what's T. Why is Oscar here? Is he working with Jim? Is he working with David? We don't know who the fuck he working with, but he working with somebody. Okay, they trying to figure it out. Mitch walk up to the car, knock on the car, scare the fuck out of them, and Candace like, Mitch, what you doing over here? He talking about he was in the neighborhood. Now Erica sitting over on the driver's side like, who it is? She said, this is a friend. He said, I'm Mitch. And he went to saying that, look, the reason why I'm really over here is because it's because of your brother, really. I'm trying to talk with David Harrington. He done turned our phone lines off, which is affecting our business, all because your brother was banging his wife, okay? But Candace was like TMI, even though she knew about that shit. She knew that her brother had banged old Veronica, old puss out. But she didn't, she didn't really want to talk about, that cougar puss right then. Mitch say, did you hear about what happened with War? Candace say, what? He say they pulled him over, he gone to jail. They found a slew of drugs on him plus $2 million. Candace got scared. Erica was already scared when she heard the name War. So she's like, Mitch, please tell me you ain't had nothing to do with that. Well, by the look on his face, she knew that he had. So she was like, he gonna kill me now. He is going to kill me now. Now, final scene, after processing for, I guess, for an episode, old War makes it to the back where the jail's at. So he's put in a cell that's right directly opposite of Jim, where they can sit there and talk. Jim was asleep. When War walked in and seen him, he was like, oh, so we meet again. Jim woke up. So that's where it cut off at. Child, this shit is getting good. Even though Tyler tried it with that shit tonight, with that last night, the Wyatt situation, I see why he did it, and it's, I'm not going to allow that to stop me from talking about it. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I'm going to continue to watch it, continue to bring y'all the reviews for it. We going to talk about the bullshit because that's what we do over here, okay? As far as love and hip-hop, yeah, I'm done. Now, if you just got to hear what my opinion was of that so-called reunion, exposition, or whatever the fuck they call that shit that was going on Monday night, then I'll do it along with next week. But if y'all don't put, if y'all don't put down in them comments, down that comment section, that I got, y'all feel like y'all want to hear it, I'm not gonna do it, because I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. I'm sick of that shit. I mean, it's just too much, child. It's too much. I don't even know why. I watched that shit the other night and I was like, now how the fuck I'm supposed to review this? Now, bitch, I can review some of the most difficult shit and be thorough with it. You know it's gotta be some fool or fucker niggatry for its rocks when I can't fucking do a review on the shit. I just said fuck it. And I really don't want to do it. But if y'all just want to hear what I gotta say, I ain't gonna do it this week because I'm busy this week. But I will come next week after I watch the part 2 of it and try to come up with something to tell y'all, something to make it laugh or something. Cause girl, I really couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't do it. And finally, thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm aware of what goes on the YouTube street. I can always tell when something going on, because I get a spike in subscribership and a spike in fucking views for that day. So I knew something was going on. And a couple of y'all hit me up and let me know, look, y'all, be not worried, be not concerned. I'm not worried about that. People gonna always try to find something to hold over your head. I'm not gonna continue to drag that shit on like that bullshit drug on last year all the way up until, damn near this time of this year. I'm not gonna do that. A lot of this shit started in November last year and it drug all the way up until the summer of 2016. I'm not doing that with nobody. I done said all I can say, okay? That's how I feel about it. I'm sorry you mad that people cared enough about me to give me a word of encouragement. That says a lot about your character, even though you have a right to be mad if that's what you want to be, because everybody can feel the way they want to feel. But it's kind of sad when you mad at people for giving me encouragement. Damn, you wanted me to die or something? You feel like because I hurt your feelings, I supposed to die, I can't live? Child, I ain't got time to phase. I ain't got time for that. All I say is keep doing what you do, because you keep making them analytics cute. I appreciate it. As far as me down and talking about people, I don't have nothing to say. And baby, please come up with something more authentic than the gaps calling me gay to crock. Child, please, I don't care nothing about that. Don't hurt my feelings. I've been had these gaps for years. I done had children, a husband, I got a man now, and I done ran a very successful business for a long time. I ain't got it now, but I had it. And, I done been fine in my life. People accepted that, but I also always knew that there were people who didn't, and they had things to say. You can't tear me down with some shit that I put on display every day. Try harder. But I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to respond. That's it. This is it. I don't care what else is said. I'm going to act like I'm going to pay it dust. Because I really am. I don't have nothing to say. It's sad that I can't live. It's sad that you so upset that you can't let it go. But that's you, not me. I'm good. And I'm done. I don't have nothing else to say. I don't know what else the fuck to say anyway about that kind of old shit. Because I thought we was past that. I thought it was understood we ain't cool no more, but live and let live. But apparently people keep trying to make you all not like me, working their ass off to tear down this channel, and every time you make a video you only add to the subscribership and the viewership, which helps me. So I'm done. I've been putting my grown woman panties on, and I'm walking that way. I advise you to walk that way, or you can keep talking about it, and eventually people get tired of hearing you and they come for you and tell you that they tired of it. I ain't saying you gotta be over it. Just don't get mad at me, because I am. Sweat 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Peace.